NBA prize picks for Wednesday, November 27th. I'm Sniper from DFS Army. Hit the like button, especially if you tailed yesterday's winner right there. Get back on the winning streak. It's Victor Wembanyama going way over. Or hit like if you're going to tail today. If you want more picks, plays, all that's in the DFS Army Discord. This is our tracker. You'd be up $230 in the last week if you were a member. And if you want promo codes, deposit matches for prize picks, underdogs, or sleeper, I got that down below as well. I'm going to hit the intro and we'll go to work with today's 5 plays. I'm going to break down all 5 plays on the prize pick streak board. We got 3 up top, 2 down below. Pick a favorite, try and run our streak to 2 in a row. Let's look at Steph Curry. He is day-to-day with parentheses, quote unquote, knees. Don't know exactly what that means, but he is questionable today, so something to keep an eye on. We'll head on over to the Proptimizer tool. If you want access to that tool, that is down below as well. It compares prize pick lines, sportsbook odds, and our projection model for those plus EV plays. 23.5. The odds actually lean slightly towards the under. Excuse me. You got books like Bet Parks, Bet Rivers, and Sugar House actually lining this at 22.5. Those at 23.5, like DraftKings, it's a little bit of juice towards the under at -120. He's been under in 3 of the last 5 games, 50-50 over the last 10 games as well. Our projection model, though, does have him slightly over at 24.05. That's this number right there. Let's go check out the DVP matchup. Shout out to #basketball, free site that I use. We got point guard position. And the matchup here, it is OKC, correct? Making sure. OKC gives up the 4th fewest points per game to the point guard position. So even though the projection is leaning over, I got odds that lean under. I got a tough matchup. I got that injury designation that makes me a little bit skeptical. Well, probably won't be my most confident play, but I would lean Steph Curry and the less than in this spot. Let's take a look at Nikola Vucevic. 2.5 assists. Let's start over at the Proptimizer, get some odds and background here. Player assists for Vucevic. We are leaning towards the over here in this spot. It's -120 on BetMGM, all the way up to -130 over on DraftKings and FanDuel. He's been over in 3 straight games. He's been over in 6 of the last 10 games. Our projection model also has him over at 2.94. The issue in this matchup is going to be the Orlando defense. You sort by the center position here, and you look at assists per game, and you can see Orlando gives up the 6th fewest assists per game to the center position. So not everything points this direction. I would lean towards the more still with how the Bulls and Vucevic are playing, but that matchup being difficult keeps it from being like an all-in type of play for me. But I would go Nikola Vucevic more than 2.5 assists. If you didn't already, guys, smash the like button as we're going to take a look at Cameron Payne, the Knicks' backup point guard in this matchup. No big injury news here with Jalen Brunson, just looking at Cameron Payne and 6.5 points. It's a popular play, which is why it's on the streak play board. And I'm going to guess why it's a popular play. If I were to go to points, I bet, yeah, this would be why. He's been over in 5 straight games, double digits in 4 of those 5, put up 17 against Washington. So he's on a roll. Projection model agrees, 7.72 on the projection model. Only available 2 sports books right now. This throws me off a little bit. The larger books have not lined this yet. 6.5, the over is -120, both on BetMGM and ESPN Bet. Let's go take a look at the matchup here, and we're going to need this a little bit later for, I think, Jalen Brunson's down at the bottom of this sheet. The matchup here is against Dallas, and this is why things will get dicey here. Dallas allows the 3rd fewest points per game to the point guard position. It is a good defense. I don't like dealing with overs against them. I don't like dealing with overs for backup players regardless. I want more volume. I want more data in this spot. I'm going to lean towards the less than here. I just don't like slamming mores on bench players. Just not my thing. Excuse me. You want to rattle off just towards the last 5, and the projection model is slightly over, but for me, it's not enough to risk a streak on. I'm going to say less than. The matchup's too hard. This is going to be my least confident play. I don't want to mess with this like at all. Go through the soccer plays that are posted right now. Let's take a look at Jalen Williams. Thunder and Golden State, 23.5 points is the line here for Williams. Let's head back to the Proptimizer, start our research. Jalen Williams points looks like odds slightly towards the over here. He's been over in 4 straight games. Let's look at the odds first. So actually, interesting in that BetMGM has it at 22.5. Places like Bet Rivers have it at 24.5. FanDuel's a pick 'em at 23.5. Combined, the sports books are like right at the number 23.6. The projection model is actually leaning towards the under. I'm not sure I agree with that here. He's been over in 4 straight games, 5 of the last 6, 6 of the last 10. All those numbers are right there. I think he's more playing the 4 here. And against Golden State, looking for them, how they defend the position. Probably a decent matchup. Pretty middle of the road. 13th most points per game. Almost dead center of the league in terms of matchup here. He's been playing so well. Put up 30 in 2 of the last 5 games, including against Portland last week. A projection model being so low has got me thrown off here. I would probably, and the books are spread from 22 to 24 points. I would lean towards the more, but this is going to be a bottom of the barrel play. I want some more clarity in terms of how things are lining up. We had better spots, even on the Vucevic prop, even in the difficult matchup. I think I like that more than Jalen Williams. Let's see if the last play on the board can get us something a little more concrete. Back to a next point guard. We got Jalen Brunson, 24.5 points. Just change out Jalen's we're looking at here. Points, we're leaning towards the more in this spot. Minus 120 for the 24.5. And then you got books like Bet Parks, Bet Rivers, Sugar House. They're leaning towards the over because they're lining it at 25.5. He's been over in 3 of the last 5 games, 5 of the last 10. Projection model is 27.87, projecting him over in this spot. What's going to be the challenge here, as you may remember, is that Dallas third best points per game defense against the point guard position. But Jalen Brunson really is just basically everything to this offense at this point. I mean, I know they have Karl Anthony Towns, but everything goes through Jalen Brunson. I'm going to check the depth chart real quick for any injuries on the Knicks side. Everything's good. Clicking around. I would lean towards the more here. I would lean towards the Jalen Brunson more. 27.87 being the projection model. And I think we might be missing a couple of recent plays here on our tool. This tool is still being updated during the day. Actually, last time out against Denver, he only had 23 points. I would lean towards the less than in this offense. Again, I thought about going more, but again, the Dallas matchup is no good. So really 5 kind of, I think, dicey all around plays we're going to be looking at. Let's go ahead and rank them here. And I might be changing my mind on a couple. Either way, my least confident play is Cameron Payne, less than 6.5 points. I want no part of these of bench players if I can help it. 4th most confident play, number 4 on the list. Not Vucevic, not Curry. Probably down here. It's probably Jalen Williams. Actually, Jalen Brunson, less than 24.5 points because he's so heavily used. Just a difficult matchup. I would go the under there. Jalen Williams, same thing. He's been playing pretty well. I went back and forth on that because the odds were split. I gun to my head now that I'm thinking about it again. I would lean towards them more, but I'm definitely not locking it in. It's a very difficult streak play board. Be more picks and plays and bets in the Discord. Make sure you go check that out. Steph Curry, I would go less than 23.5 points. And even in a difficult matchup, I think the best play on the board is Nikola Vucevic, more than 2.5 assists. Those are the picks we got for today. If you want more picks, you saw the tracker. Tons of stuff's in the Discord. Again, we are up $230 in just the last week. For under $30 a month, guys, it's a good deal. You should go check that out. There's the play we locked in. try and run the streak to 2 in a row. Here's that daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests. Let's cash this ticket, and I'll see you next time.